الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن استنى بسنته إلى يوم الدين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Brothers and sisters, Alhamdulillah, we start by praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we send our salam and salawat on Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive our sins and shortcomings, and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept this time and effort that all of us are giving to learn the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as good deeds, and have mercy on us in this world and in the akhirah, inshallah ta'ala. Alhamdulillah, we are studying the next chapter of our studies today, inshallah ta'ala, the next property, the same property of type. Alhamdulillah also that, we are, today night is the blessed night that we're starting the month of Jil Hijjah from tomorrow. A lot of people has probably started from today. So these next 10 days are the very blessed days, as mentioned in the Quran and the Sunnah. So Alhamdulillah, may Allah give us tawfiq to get the best benefit out of these 10 days, inshallah ta'ala. And all of us should try our best to do all the good deeds more and more in these 10 days, inshallah. The more nafal prayer, the fasting, the sadaqah, reading the Quran, and doing charity and all these things, inshallah ta'ala. So may Allah make these 10 days blessed for all of us. And inshallah ta'ala, we also ask dua for our brothers and sisters in Gaza, that Allah, save them from the wrongdoing people, and Allah protect them, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. So inshallah, with this, we'll start our the fourth properties of Islam today. And as we all the time do, so we're gonna go through the review first, and then we're going to go through our exercise. I have looked at the exercise, so few brothers have attempted the exercise. I would request all of you to do the exercise, please, again and again. So we need to go through the exercise, because I can see still the concept is probably not very clear to all of the brothers and sisters. So we will go through that exercise first, and then we're gonna deal with today's lesson, which is the last property out of the four property, the property type. What does it mean, and what do we gonna learn about that property type? Okay, so let's start our slides, inshallah ta'ala. So far we learned that three kinds of Arabics. I'm just going to skip through these things. The four properties of isms. We talked about status, gender, number. All of this has been done. So we're going to talk about type today, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. We also know that harf has no properties. Status has isms can be doer, details, and after of, rafa, nasab, and jar. Those are the status things. We find status either through ending sound or ending combination. Also, all isms are either masculine and feminine, that we talked about in the gender discussion. There are singular, dual, and plural forms of isms. And again, brothers and sisters, please make sure that you memorize that chart, the Muslim chart, the different version of the Muslim chart, especially the light version, because as we will see that a lot of things will come again and again that is related to the chart that I'm mentioning again and again. Okay. There are four reasons that isms to be light. We know one of the reason, which is partly flexibles. Okay. We're going to talk about actually one more reason tonight, inshallah ta'ala. The second reason. We talked about the tanween and light, that al and tanween cannot stay together, and light means that you take the double fatha, double kasra dhamma to a single one, or you take the noon out, that becomes light. Okay. We talked about flexibility. Partly flexible words cannot take kasra, and they're always light. Okay. Non-flexible are the ones they're always the same, meaning they're rafa, nasab, and jar version. They don't change at all. Okay. And some of the names in the Quran are partly flexible. Few of them are non-flexible, and there are other non-flexible words as well. And in fact, today's lessons, we're going to learn about some of the words that are not names, but they're non-flexible. Okay, we're going to talk about that tonight, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. Then we talked about the different prophets' name, partly flexible, and the name of the place. And then we talked a little bit about al. What it does al do. Al is a kind of a harf. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit more about al, not tonight, inshallah, in coming lesson also. But for now, this is fine that if we see a al on any word, that word is an ism. That we confirm that that is 99.99% time. Okay. Then we talked about gender, and there are most of the words are masculine, but there are six categories of feminine. So these are the biological feminines, endings with ta marbuta, alif maksura, alif mamduda, body part that comes in pairs, names of places, non-human plural, okay. And there are some words they are feminine because the Arab said so, and we have a list of those words that I've given to you, all of you. There are around 17 or 16 words. They are feminine because the Arab decided they will be feminine. Okay. Last week we talked about number. So we say there are six singular and dual is easy. They are from the chart. Okay, they are from the chart. Other than that, we have six kinds of plural. Three kinds of are from the chart, which is una, ina, which is masculine plural, atun and atin. And in atun and atin, we have two types of atun and atin basically. One is human feminine plural, one is non-human feminine atun and atin. Okay, so these are the two categories. Okay, in atun and atin from the chart. Then we talked about something special called broken plural, human broken plural and non-human broken plural, and we give some examples. Okay, and then we also talked about some plural. Some words are plural because of their meaning. The meaning is plural. It means something collective, so that's why they are plural. For example, kaum, it means nation. Nas means people. Karn means generation. Ahal means family. Al means family or people. Jundun means army. Hizbun is faction or a group. Hizbun also means a group. Okay. Khasmun means a argumentative group. Okay. So these are all words that are plural because they are plural. Now, in terms of broken plural, we had confusion because this is something tricky. Broken plural, the title is broken plural, and there are two categories, human and non-human. Non-human broken plural is always feminine, and their number is singular. Although we are learning them in the plural section, but non-human broken plural, they are feminine, okay, and they are singular. Human broken plural also can be feminine, F1, okay, but they can also be M3. Okay, so human can be two types, human broken plural, M3 or F1. F1. Okay, so and we have some examples. We're gonna go back to our exercise and do those ones. This screen I didn't show it to last week, so this is just a quick way to see that how you're gonna find plurals. So the process, okay. If it is a combo, meaning if you have ani, aini, una, ina, okay, and atun, atin, then you know it from the chart. You don't need to worry about those, right? So it's just a combination. So the first three categories. So if the word has any ani, aini, una, ina, or the light version of it, okay. So please be careful because that chart has a light version as well. So it could be a, or it could be I, or it could be u, it could be e, it could be atu, ati. Okay, the light version I'm talking about. Okay, so anything from the chart we know the plural because it is in the column, first singular, dual, and plural column. Okay. Now, if the word that you are supposed to find the plural does not have any combination, either heavy combination or light combination, then it could be a singular word or it could be a broken plural because that's the only two options because it's a sound, it's not a combination. It could be a singular or a broken plural. Now, in broken plural, there could be two things, human or non-human. The only way to know whether is it a human one or non-human by the meaning, because there's no other way to know it. I have to tell you the meaning, or you have to know the meaning. Oh, this means human. Okay, that means it's a human broken plural, or it's a non-human broken plural. Now, if it is a non-human, then I said it's one F, meaning the word is singular and the gender of that word is feminine. For human broken plural, it could be two things. One F in grammatically, okay, or it could be 3M, meaning in real life is human is masculine, and if it's masculine, then it's 3M. Okay. So it could be one F or 3M. Human could be both. So both answers are correct. Both answers are correct, okay, in human case. Okay. So these are the ways to find the plurals. Okay. So if it is a combination, then easy, nothing to worry about. If it's not a combination, and then either this word is a singular word or it could be a broken plural. It could be a broken plural. And if it is a broken plural, then you need to think of You have to know, not think of, you have to know the meaning to distinguish whether it's a human or non-human. Okay. If it is non-human, then it is singular F, one F. If it is a human, then it could be one F as well. It could be 3M, different types. Okay. If you answer any of those, that would be right. Okay. So this is what we learned so far. Okay, so with the three properties of ism, status, number, gender, this is what we learned. We're going to talk about the fourth one today, but before that, I'm going to stop sharing the slides and I'm going to go back to our exercise, the homework that we have given to all of you. And some of you have attempted, but some of you did not. So please try to do that so that you know where you're standing in terms of learning the 5 or 6 weeks that we have learned so far, inshallah. Okay. So I'm going to stop presenting this and then I will try to present. Let's see. Okay, I'll share that. Okay, so I think you all can see that. Okay. Okay. So let's go through all of them. I think there's 20 of them. Okay. So this this brother actually did all of them correct except for 2. So I chose that one. So inshallah, I will just go through them and see what mistakes he done. Okay. So awladun, and I give you the meaning children. Okay. So if you look at, if suppose you don't know the meaning of awladun, okay, because I didn't give the meaning. So if you followed our procedure, you can easily see that there is no combination here. No una, no ina, no atun, no atin. It's clear, right? It's a un sound at the end. So it could be either a singular word or it could be a broken plural word. Either two choice, right? Because I gave you the meaning children, and children is a plural in English, you know that, right? So that's why it's a broken plural, and it is a human broken. Children is children, because it's a human thing, right? So in this case, it is obviously dun sound is rafa because un sound. It is masculine, okay, because there's no reason to be feminine, because children could be feminine, but it is not one of the categories. So that's why it is feminine. It's masculine. We take it granted as because it's a general thing. It's children, okay, auladun, okay. It's not specific. It's because if I mentioned before, if you remember, the words like muslimuna, solehuna, all those words, okay, they are inclusive of male and female. The words that are exclusive for feminine, they have separate words. Okay, normal words, it includes male and female together. So children here means male or female children. So in this case, it is masculine. Okay, it is not feminine word. Okay, now it is plural because it is children. Okay, now if someone would have take f1 here, like singular f and f feminine and singular, that is also correct answer, because it could be also feminine and it could be singular also. Two options are there for human broken plural. Okay, is this clear to everyone? If not, please unmute yourself and tell brother I didn't understand this part, because we are going each chapter every week, right? So if you don't understand this, you'll be behind. Okay, so you make sure your concept is clear. Okay, you have no questions, you have no confusion. Okay, so please ask questions. Okay, don't hesitate, please. Okay, so this is fine. So this answer could be feminine and singular as well, because it's a human broken plural. So in this case, masculine and plural is also correct. If someone would have taken feminine singular, that would have been also correct. Okay. Shamsan, Shamsan. Okay. So this is means sun. I already give you the meaning. Okay. So obviously this is an sound at the end. You can easily see it's an sound, Shamsan. Okay, with the two fatha. So this is nasab, is an sound. And Shams means sun is feminine. Why Shams is feminine? Can anybody tell me? Which category is that? This is feminine?
Because the Arab said so.
Because Arab says so. Excellent, good. So this is why it's feminine, okay? And this is singular because it is sun. We're not talking about suns or anything. Some Shams mean sun, one sun, okay? The sun that we see, right? So this is singular. So it's simple as that, okay? Next one, bintani. Bintani. Now, if you look at, I didn't give the meaning here. You don't need the meaning here because you have ani here, alif and noon. So this is one of our combination. Okay, this is one of our combination. Okay, bintani. And which combination? The tani combination, right? So this is rafa and this is feminine and it is dual. Okay, is everybody clear with this one? Bintani, and bintani means actually two daughters.
So why is it dual, not plural?
Because look at the word. Do you find any combination?
Is Ani?
Yes, ani, not ani, it's tani, not only ani, because this is the ta. They have a combination called tani, so you have to look for that first, right? Ta, alif, and noon. This is from the feminine chart, like muslimatani, bintani. Okay, so that's why it's dual because ani is a combination for the dual. When you find combination, then you don't have to worry about meaning or anything because this combination belongs to this chart, this column. Okay, so that's why it's done deal over there. Okay, so that's why it is feminine and it is dual because ani or tani is a dual combination for the feminine chart. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Next one. Annaru. Annaru. So obviously naru u sound. So this is Rafa. This is Rafa. And it is feminine because Arab said so, because fire is one of the word that we have learned on that, and it is singular because there's no reason to be plural. It's not fires in English words, okay, or it's not a body parts or nothing. Okay, so it's not a ism jama, it's not a broken plural, nothing like that. Okay, so if you don't have any clue, then it is singular, as because you don't have any other clue. Okay, and the meaning is also singular, fire. Okay, so is that clear, everyone? If nothing clear, please ask me. Okay. Uh, Harban. Harban means war. Harban means war. So again, Harban. So you can see the an sound to no, fatha. So this is nasab, which is an sound like Musliman, Harban. Okay, an sound, and this is feminine again because Arab said so. Because harb is a word, the word war is a feminine word because the Arab said so. And again, just like nar, this is also singular. There's no reason to be plural. No reason to be plural. Okay. Al-masajidi. Al-masajidi. Okay. So the E sound, masajidi, E sound is not a combination or is no una, ina, nothing. Just the E sound. So this is jar. Because like Muslimi, right? So like al-masjidi. Okay. So masjidi is jar. Now this is mosques. I already said the mosque. Al-masajidi, right? Mosques. And this is non-human broken plural. Non-human broken plural. How do you know that? Because if it is a normal plural, if it were a normal plural, it would have been like masjiduna, masjidina, or masjidatun, masjidatani, okay, like this. But you don't see any combination, right? So when you don't see combination, then it could be either a singular word, or if you know the meaning, which I gave you here, mosques with an S, so it's a broken plural. Now it is a non-human broken plural, and non-human broken plural is always feminine and singular. Okay, is that clear to everyone? This is a very important concept, brothers and sisters. Okay, you need to understand non-human broken plural always feminine and singular. Human broken plural like auladun could have been two answers, F1 or M3, but non-human broken plural is always feminine and singular. Clear, everyone? Okay, perfect. Okay. Ukhtaini. Ukhtaini. I didn't give the meaning here. Ukhtaini. Ukhtaini means sisters. Okay. But again, why? Because it's clearly we have a combination from the chart. Tiny. Okay. The one that we have bintani. This is tiny. Okay. And tiny is from our feminine chart. It could be nasab or jar. Right. And it is feminine and it is from the dual column. I think it is clear to everyone, right? Okay. Perfect. Now we have ainani. Ainani. Again, ani combination. So it's one of our combination. That's why I didn't give the meaning. Okay, Ain means eyes. Okay, so all the body pair parts. Okay, in pair. Okay, so that's why it's feminine. Okay, that's why it's feminine. Although this ainani is our combination for masculine chart, ani combination. Okay, but because we read the word, there's a body parts comes in pair, so this is feminine and it is dual. It is feminine and dual. Okay, is it clear, everyone? Okay, good. Al Karnu. Al Karnu. Okay, so it's been generation. Okay, so this brother didn't correct it. Okay, Al Karnu. So it is obviously Rafa. Okay, and generation is one of the word from our Ism Jama. Okay, so this is not feminine actually. This is masculine. There's no reason to be feminine, and it should be plural as well. Okay, so this is masculine and plural. Why it is plural? This is the sixth category of the last group where we have said the collective plural, like nation, pupil, family, current generation, all this by meaning they are plural. Okay, so this the correct answer should be masculine, and also it should be plural, not singular. Okay, karnu. Okay, al karnu. Um, Konitu, konitu. Okay, so konitu. This is a light word. It's not konituna. It was konituna, but became light as konitu. So it is from our chart, like Muslimuna, Konituna. But there's no noon here because it's the light version. So it is Rafa, it is masculine, it is plural. Everybody understand this? This light word? Konitu? Okay? Perfect. Okay. Next one. Mutashabihatin. Mutashabihatin. Atin. It's very clear. Atin. Okay. So atin is either nasab or jar from our feminine chart. Is feminine and plural. Okay. This is from the chart. Straight from the chart. Okay. So nothing to be unclear about this. It should be very clear to all of you. Okay. Okay. Anharan. Anharan means rivers. Okay. Anharan means river. Okay. The S. Now, an sound is makes it nasab. Okay. And it says reverse with a S. Okay. So this is human broken plural or non-human broken plural. Obviously, this non-river is not human, right? So non-human broken plural is always feminine and singular. Feminine and singular. Okay. Ni'matun. Ni'matun. So obviously with the ta marbuta ni'matun, looks like a muslimatun. Okay, so it's a rafa, tun sound, feminine and singular. Simple as that. Okay, simple is that just like it's from the chart. Muslimatun, ni'matun. Okay, niyama means blessings. Okay, kazibina, kazibina. Okay, so it's a inner combination. It could be nasab or jar from our Muslim chart. Again, masculine and plural. Okay. Toibatin, again atin, very clear. Nasab and jar, feminine, and it is plural. Okay, so as you can see that the chart is really really important. Okay, you have to know that one. Okay, you have to know, otherwise you will keep doing mistakes. Okay, raibin means doubt. Raibin means doubt. Okay, so this is jar. There's no reason to be for feminine because it doesn't fit any of our feminine category. It means doubt, and it is singular. Okay, it is singular. It's not a broken plural. It's not doubts with a s, or I didn't give the any clue to you, so this is singular. Okay, jannataini, jannataini. So tiny is again our combination. So tiny combination like the feminine chart. Nasab and jar is the dual column and is feminine. Okay, it's feminine. Okay. Ayatin. Ayatin. Again, atin at the end. So again, clear. Nasab and jar. It could be nasa atin combination. It could be feminine and plural. Okay. Shahraini. Shahraini means months. Okay. And it's aini. Shahraini is from our chart. So it's nasab or jar, and it is masculine and it is dual because aini combination. This is again from our chart. Okay. So most of the word I gave you from the chart. Okay. Al-Jibali. Al-Jibali is mountains. Mountains. Okay. So
So,
E.
brother,
Yes.
Shahraini, so
Mhm.
like it's months. So it shouldn't be plural.
No. Why not? Because yeah, Shahraini means 2 months, but I didn't put two here. If I put two TW2, then you will understand. Right? So, but Shahraini means 2 months actually. 2 months.
And what
Okay.
we say, like 10 months or 12 months?
If you then that's not Shahraini. That'll be Shuhur. That's a different word. That's a
Okay.
broken plural, okay? But Shaharaini is, you can see the Aini combination, right?
Okay.
So the meaning is not important, okay? Important is if it match with your combination, then it is from the chart. Okay.
Okay.
And actually, I should have write the English 2 months. But if I write 2 months, then it is easy for you to say it's dual, right? Because you can see that's why intentionally I didn't put two. Okay. I just want to check the whether you can catch that is any combination or not. Okay. Okay. Al-Jibali, mountains, just like rivers. Okay. So Al-Jibali is sound is jar. It's not masculine. What's going to be the feminine? Why is feminine? Can anybody tell me why it's going to be feminine?
From the list.
No, it is not in the list.
It is non-human plural.
Yes, no, not non-human plural, non-human broken plural, non-human broken plural. That's why it is F1, feminine and singular. How do you know it's broken? If it's not broken, then it would have been like una, ina, ani, aini, atun, some combination, one of those 8 combination. But because it's not combination, I already tell you the meaning mountains with S. So this is a broken plural and which is a non-human broken plural. And non-human broken plural is always F1. Always F1, meaning feminine and singular. Feminine and singular. Okay. So these were the question. I would request whoever have taken, see this, you can see here 12 people have attempted. If you haven't done so, after listening to my answers, you can even listen to the recording again, like tomorrow or day after. But please try again. Try again the same. If you have done this again, do it again and try to get all correct. Because if you do again and again, it will be in your head. Okay, that you know the concept. Okay, if you made a mistake, like for example, this brother made a mistake here, right? So he thought it's masculine, but it's feminine because it's broken. Okay, so answer them again. Even if you make a mistake again, you can correct yourself this time because you have the recording, you know the answers, and you know the reason. Okay, so please try to do this again so that your concept is clear, because this is very, very important. As you will see that in the next few lessons, you will see that this is coming up again and again, inshallah. Okay, so with this we finish our exercise. Let's go to our final property of ism, which is type. Okay, so I'm going to stop presenting this one now, inshallah, and then we'll go back to our slides.
Assalamu alaikum. I have a question here.
Yes, sure.
We said it is a non-human broken plural. We said it's a
Yes.
plural, and then we think it's singular as well.
Yes, yes. That is the tricky thing. Yes, it is comes under the plural, meaning in the grammatically is come because in fact the meaning is plural and in reality is plural. So what I'm trying to say, the word jibal means mountains. So if you're standing in a place and you can see 3, 4, 5 mountains, you have to use this word to describe those mountains. And in real life, you can see that I can see 5 mountains from here. But the word itself is singular and feminine grammatically. Okay, that is why this is a bit weird, you can say, and it is something special in Arabic. Okay, that it is plural in real life. That's why I give the example that when I have one pen in my hand, I can see one pen, right? That's singular. That's fine. When I have 5 pens, the word for 5 pens is aklamun, and that's a broken plural, non-human broken plural. So if I ask you the grammar of this aklamun word, what is the number and gender of this property, then you have to say this is feminine and singular because it's non-human. Okay, so there's one thing in reality that we can see and feel, okay, and one is the grammatical thing, which is in the grammar, in the theory. So in the theory or in the grammar, whatever we want to say it, this is feminine and singular because this is non-human broken plural. Clear, brother? Okay, that's fine. Inshallah, let's go to our slides now. So we did it. We studied this under the plural section because it is plural. In real life, it is plural. That's why it is. We're talking about that. Okay, but grammatical is not plural. Okay, so that's why. See, if you look at the screen now, in the human one. So as I mentioned the word before, Rasul, right? So Rasul means one messenger. Okay, Rasul is one messenger. The word Rusul means messengers. Messengers. Okay, with an S, meaning more than 2 messengers. Okay, maybe 3, maybe 5, maybe 25 messengers. Okay, whatever. Okay, so then because it's human broken plural, Rasul become Rusul, right? It has 2 ways two grammatical ways. So one, it could be one F, which is grammatically, or one, it could be real life. So if I in real life, so forget about Arabic for a time. If I say, okay, the five messengers name, Ibrahim, Yusuf, Musa, Isa, Prophet Sallam. Okay, if I give this, okay, and I say, brothers, what is the gender and numbers of these five messengers? So brother, they're masculine and they're plural because it's a five. Because suppose you don't know any Arabic. Okay, so I'm just saying five messengers. So number five is a plural number, and messengers are like it's a masculine. So you can say a masculine, which is true. And in human broken plural, it applies also. So Allah used that 3M, which is like English, in English or in real life, that is also used in the Quran. But grammatically, that word Rusul is also could be one F, meaning singular and feminine. Okay, not that those messengers are feminine, astaghfirullah, not that, but the word rusul, the grammatically, it is one F, and it has been used, and you will know, inshallah, once you go to studies of fail in our course. I will show you those examples that sometime Allah used the 3M version, sometime Allah used one F also. Okay, one F as well. Okay, because this is the way the Arabic grammar has defined the number and gender of the broken plural words. Okay, whether it's non-human or human broken plural. Okay, okay. Let's go to our properties type. What is type? Type is the easiest among all the four properties, inshallah. Okay, so what is type mean here? Type means something that is common or something that is proper. Okay, what is common and proper? If I say a book, I have a book. If I say I have a book, I didn't give any description of the book, whether it's an English book, whether it's a school book, whether it's an Arabic book, it's a Hadith book. It's a common, it's general. Okay, you know, a teacher. A teacher is a good person. Which teacher? It could be anybody. A teacher in the school, a teacher in India, a teacher in Pakistan. Where? In So we don't know. So sometimes we talk in general. So that is called common. Okay, so that means they are not specific. Okay, if I say a cat is a nice pet, okay, which one? The one that you have, or one that I bought yesterday, or the one that is in the black color? I don't mention anything. It's a general thing, it's a common thing. Okay, so this type means something that is common, or something could be proper. Proper means something that is specific. Okay, if I say that book is very expensive, that means I'm talking about a specific book. Okay, I'm talking not any book. So I went to a shop with you in a library, and I said, brother, that book, did you see that book? That is very expensive, and that is very, very, old book. Okay, so that means I'm not talking about all the books in the library. I'm talking about the specific book. Okay, I'm saying the teacher of the high school is very strict. So then this is specific teacher I'm talking about. He's the teacher of the high school of Parramatta. Okay, I'm just giving an example. Okay, if I say my cat is 3 months old, so am I talking about all the cats of the world? No, I'm talking about my cat. So that is proper, meaning there is something specific. Okay, so depending something is common or something is specific, that categorization is called type. So an ism could be either common or could be either proper, any of these two. Okay. In general, most of the isms are common unless something makes it a proper, or unless the word is some of the specific group of words that makes it proper. Okay. For example, if I say kitabun means a book, I didn't mention what book or something. Okay, so this is proper. Okay, okay. And in general, not 100% case, in general, any word that has, you know, uh, two dhamma, meaning un sound, okay, un sound or an sound or in sound, meaning tanveen, they are common word. Okay, any word in general, okay, 99.99% time you can say, okay, when they have a double fatha, a double kasra or double dhamma, which we call tanveen, if you look at a word and if that has that word, those words are usually common words. And if a word, if a ism has al on it. Al on it. Al means the. T-H-E, the, like the teacher, right? That means it's another sign that it is ism and also it's a proper ism. I'll make some things proper. Okay. And there are other categories of also proper, which we're going to learn, okay, in this one. So let's look at again. So there are 7 categories of proper words, okay. First one is proper names. So obviously anybody's name is proper. We also learn this in school in the grammar. It's called proper noun, right? Proper noun. Okay. So anybody's name like Ayla, Tawkir, or whatever city name, anything. Any name is proper. Any name doesn't matter. It's the name of a place, name of a person, name of a brand, name of a car. Any name is proper because name is given to someone specific. Okay. It's not like general. Okay. And for example, any word that start with al, that is also proper, okay, which I just mentioned before. Okay, so words with al cannot have tanween. Okay, so we already know that. Note that this does not mean words with al are light. No, they are not light, they are not heavy, they are irrelevant. Remember that exercise that we did, right? When a word has an al, it is neither light nor heavy. Handy tip: if you can see an ism with a tanween, the ism is common. Okay, which I just mentioned. So out of 7 categories, we know 2 categories so far. One is the name, so any name, okay, any name, okay, or the second category is anything that start with an al. Anything that start with an al, this is proper. This is proper. Okay, everything else is common. Okay, there are other also there are other categories, and we're gonna go one by one, inshallah ta'ala. Some of these 5 categories that we have, we're just gonna mention it today, and each of them we'll discuss more in coming lessons, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, for example, pronouns are proper, and you all know what is pronoun means, right? In English, he, she, you, I, we, they, us, me, all this called pronouns, right? Pronouns. So any pronouns in Arabic is proper. Why proper? Because it's a specific thing. If I say, he is my brother, I'm not talking about everybody, I'm talking about he. If I say we are Muslim, we're talking about we. We are Muslim. So basically pronoun means proper. Okay. Now we're going to have a very soon, within maybe 1 or 2 weeks time, or maybe 3 weeks time, we're going to have a full lesson on pronoun. And in our studies, pronoun is very, very, very important. You need to know, just like you know the charts now, like the Muslim charts, you need to have a very good idea about pronouns in Arabic. Okay. And we're going to have that lesson very soon. Okay. Without pronoun, you cannot even learn the first lesson of failed. Okay. It's so important. So we must be a master of pronoun before we even go to the half of this course, meaning before we start fail. Okay. So pronoun is coming up soon. For now, you only know, and I haven't given you the Arabic of these pronouns. You don't need it now. We're gonna do it when you have the pronoun chapters coming up, inshallah. But as for now, you know that pronouns are always proper. Pronouns are a special kind of ism. Okay, because in Arabic we have only 3 kinds of word, right? Ism, fail, and harf. Okay, so pronouns comes under ism. Okay, so these are a special kind of ism. Okay, that's why they have a separate group. They work in a different way. They don't work like the other ism with the chart, all the 4, but they have 4 properties, because every ism has 4 properties. Pronouns has also 4 properties, but there is special bunch of words. Okay, so there's special bunch of ism, you can say. Okay, I mean they are isms. Okay, and they have 4 properties. Okay, but they don't work like the Muslim chart. They have their own chart or own rules. Okay, that's why we have a dedicated 1 lesson or maybe 2 lessons for pronouns, and which we're going to handle very soon. For now, for today's lesson, you know that pronouns are proper, meaning pronouns are specific. They are not common, any pronoun. Okay. Pointers are also proper. What is pointers? Pointers means these 4 words in English: these, that, these, those. If I say this is my book, that is your car, these are Muslim, those are cows, okay, whatever. So these words are pointing words, meaning you point to something, this is my place, that is your house, okay, that is your shoe, that is her, car, okay, whatever, okay. So pointers also is very important in Arabic, and we're going to talk about pointers maybe in 4 weeks or 5 weeks times, inshallah ta'ala, okay. But for now, we know that pointers are also proper, okay. And this, what is pointer means, as you can see, these, that, these, those, okay. But in Arabic, there's some extra things in pointers, obviously. So, and we're going to talk about it when we go to the chapter of pointers, inshallah ta'ala, okay. Number 5, ism mausul. These ism mausul, these words, and we're going to learn them tonight, inshallah. There's a 5 or 6 words like this. These are special ism. They are called ism mausul. Okay, they are allazi, alladina, allati, and some more. And I'm going to show you a small table of this. These are also proper. These words, and these words have been used many, many, many times in the Quran. Okay, these are ism. These are ism, but again, they're special kind of ism, okay, and they are proper because allazi, and what do they mean? What do they mean? I'm going to show you in 5 minutes, inshallah ta'ala, okay. Number 6, the one being called. There is a harf called ya, with the alif, okay. This harf is used in Arabic to call someone. Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, ya ayyuhan nabi, ya Abdullah. Okay. So like in English, we say, hey, okay, okay, oh my son, okay, oh my brother, hey boy. Okay. So this is like iya in Arabic. And Allah used this in Quran many, many times. Okay. So the word iya, the word following iya is always light also. This is another reason to be things to be light. Remember, we said there are 4 reasons that in Islam get light. One of the reason we learn partly flexible. Today we are talking about the second reason. Any word that follows this letter ya with the alif, okay? Ya means to call someone. In simple English is hey, okay? H-E-Y, hey, or hi, okay? Whatever way you want to say it, okay? So when you call someone, okay? Ya Allah, we always say Ya Allah, Ya Ghafurur Rahim, okay? So just like that, ya, okay? Anything that follows the word yeah, that is light and that is proper. It has to be light, okay, and it is proper, okay, because when calling someone, you are addressing a specific person. So when I say, yeah, Mustafiz, yeah, Abdullah, come here, okay. So I'm calling someone, right? It's obviously it's proper. So anything with yeah. Now, just one thing to mention here. A lot of time when you heard this word yeah, there's another word, another harf. Okay, ya is also harf here. Okay, ya and alif. Okay, this harf, this is called harf nida. Nida means to call someone. So this harf is called harf nida. Okay, so and the use of this, as I mentioned, that if you see a word that comes after ya, that is light and that is proper. That is light and this has to be light. Okay, this is it can be you can't say like ya rahimun. Ya Rahim, no, Ya Rahimu. Okay, you have to say Ya Rahimu. Okay, you can't say Rahimun. Okay, it has to be light. Okay, and this Ya sounds like the very similar Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, but that is not Iyyaka na'budu. That is Iyyaka na'budu. That has a shadda and an alif before the Ya. Okay, and a lot of Muslim, knowingly or unknowingly, they make this mistake. Then they say Surah Fatiha, they say Iyaka na'budu, Iyaka nasta'in. No, it's not Iya. It's Iya. Okay, there's a shadda on that. Okay, and that Iya has a different meaning than this normal Iya that has no shadda. Okay, please do not make these mistakes, because if you make these mistakes in your Fatiha will be wrong. And if your Fatiha is wrong, your Salah is wrong. Okay, if you didn't know it before, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive you. But now that you know, okay, don't say Iyyaka na'budu. Iyyaka na'budu. If you read it properly, you can see the shadda, okay? I mean, if you have the app, you can see the Fatiha right now. It's a Iyyaka na'budu alif. And we're going to talk about that Iyya, what is Iyya means. Again, what is Iyya has been used. But we're not going to talk about right now. When you go to the fail studies, okay, inshallah, I'm going to mention that what is that Iyya means and what is the use of that Iyya, okay? Alif with a kasra, then Ya has a shadda on it and a fatha. Iyya, okay? Not Iyyaka na'budu, okay? Don't do this, okay? This is a great mistake, okay? Other surahs in the Quran, when you recite in the Salah, you should not make mistake. But even if you make mistakes, Allah will forgive, because that is not surah. Adding another surah, obviously, you know that it's not mandatory. Okay, it's a sunnah of the Salah. Okay, but in Fatiha is mandatory. It is one of the rukun of the Salah, and you cannot do that. And also interesting, I don't know if you know that, if when you learn to read Quran, there's something called tajweed. You all know what is tajweed, right? The tajweed has different rules, right? Like idgham, qalqala, okay? We have gunna, we have ikhfam, okay, ikhfa, okay? And there are different categories of mad, okay? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so merciful. He did not put any tajweed rules in the Fatiha. Okay, there's no tajweed rules. Only there is mad, which is like elongation, like in waladdallin. Okay, but other than that, there's no gunna, there's no idgham, there's no ikhfa, because Allah knows this is mandatory, and Allah knows, like, people like us, who are not very careful, right? When reading Quran and everything. So we're gonna be praying, but Allah made it easy for us. But we cannot make mistake in makhraj. Makhraj means the sound. Okay, sound of the and the spelling of the word. So when it's a shadda, you have to say the shadda. Iyyaka na'budu, because otherwise the meaning will be different. Okay, meaning will be different. Okay, so this iya is not that iyyaka na'budu. This iya is a different iya. This iya is ya ayyuhallazina amanu. Kutiba alaykumus siyam. Okay, so many times Allah says ya ayyuhallazina amanu. Ya ayyuhan nabi. Okay, Allah called Prophet Sallallahu in the Quran, ya ayyuhan nabi. So this is the iya of that one. Okay, ya Musa. Okay, Allah called Musa like this way. Okay, so this is that iya. That is not iya. Okay, but the Fatiha iya is a different iya. So the point number 6 is, any word that comes after iya is light, and it is also proper, because you're calling someone. It makes sense, right? And it is also light. So out of the 4 reasons of the light, we already know 2. One is partly flexible and one is this one. Okay, and number 7 category, which you're not going to understand today. Okay, but I will make you understand, inshallah ta'ala, in next class or the class after, the next week or the week after. But I'm just going to tell you what is it. If an ism after of is proper, then the ism before of is proper. What does that mean? Meaning, suppose if I say house of a Muslim, house of a Muslim, the word that comes after of a Muslim, house of a Muslim. Now the word a Muslim, you tell me, is it proper or common? A Muslim. Common, because I didn't mention any specific Muslim. I say a Muslim. It could be anybody in the whole world. Okay, it could be in the past, in the present, in the future. Okay, so the word after ism, after of, if it is proper, then the ism before it also be proper. If I would have said house of Abdullah, now the word Abdullah is someone's name. Is it proper or common? Proper, because the name Abdullah is proper. Okay, or if I say house of Allah, the Kaaba is the house of Allah, for example. If I say that, right, house of Allah, so word Allah is proper because that's the name of our Lord Allah, right? So in this case, house of Allah, I said the word that comes after of, which is the word is Allah. If that is proper, the word before of also automatically will be proper. Okay, so that is category number 7, and we're going to discuss this soon, inshallah ta'ala, next week, if not the week after, inshallah ta'ala, in Arabic example. And now I'm giving you English example. For an example, other example, if I say car of brother Mahmoud, the car of brother Mahmoud, the car of Mahmoud, car of Mahmoud. So if I say car of Mahmoud, Mahmoud is a name. It's not any Mahmoud. There must be one person named Mahmoud and his car. So the word Mahmoud, because it's a name, and we know that name is proper because it's a number 1 category. Any name is proper. So that means that car, the word car, is also proper because it's linked with that name. It is linked. It belongs to that name. That's why it is proper. Is that clear, everyone? So this number 7, you will learn more about it, inshallah ta'ala, within 2 weeks, inshallah ta'ala. Probably next week we can talk about it, inshallah, because we're going to start the new chapter, and the first thing in the new chapter will come about this off thing. Okay, the off thing. Okay, so in summary, these are the 7 categories of proper. Now, next slide, we're going to talk about this chart, which is Ism Mausul. Ism Mausul. This chart looks, these 5 words looks very similar to our Muslim chart, because they're also Ism, but there is special category of Ism, okay? And these are the meaning of them. Allazi means the one who, that's the meaning of the word. Allati means the one who, feminine, okay? Allazani, the two of you. Allazani is very similar to Muslimani. It also has ani at the end. Okay. And Allatani is very similar to the feminine dual also. Okay. Alladina and Allati. Allazina, Allati is the plural of those who, those who. Now the singular and the plural, are non-flexible. Non-flexible. Their status is Rafa, Nasab, and Jar is all the same. So these are the first few words that I'm telling you and showing you, that these words has meaning and they are non-flexible. Okay, because because the Arab decided they are non-flexible. So they have their Rafa is also Allazi, Nasab is also Allazi, and Jar is also Allazi. Allati is the same. Allazina is the same. Allati, the last one, the plural one here, this one, the plural feminine is Allati. Okay, there's a alif here. Okay, so Allati. Okay, it's not the same as Allati. Okay, so these words are called Ism Mausul. They're a special word. They're Ism. They still have status, number, gender, and type, and that's why you have this chart here. Okay, we know the type is proper because we said that every Ism Mausul is proper. They have singular is Allazi and Allati. The dual column equals the plural column, and they are rough and they are non-flexible. The dual one, Allazani and Allatani, they are not non-flexible, but their Nasab and Jar version has Allazaini and Allataini. Okay, we don't need to learn that because they are not been used in Quran rarely. Okay, mainly the singular and plural has been used, and singular and plural column are, again I'm saying, non-flexible. And when I say non-flexible, meaning what? Their Rafa, their Nasab, and their Jar looks the same. Okay, so if I give you in the next quiz or next exercise, if I say the word Allazi or Allazina, what is the status of this word? Rafa, Nasab, or Jar? You must tick all 3 of them because they're non-flexible. Just like the word you did exercise Musa or Isa or Zakaria. Okay, so like those. So these words are non-flexible. These 6 words here, as you can see, these are Ism Mausul. The 2 more Ism Mausul, the 2 more words are Ism Mausul, but they don't follow this chart. They're more rigid in the sense they are also non-flexible, and those 2 words are this. I'm going to show you here. Ma and man. Man means who and ma means what. Okay, man means who and ma means what. Now the word ma, mim with an alif, also has other meanings. Ma also could mean no. Okay, ma also with a mad means water. Okay, water. So ma has different meanings. Okay, and as we go along, we will learn that. Okay, yes, the first question you will say, well, how I'm going to know? You will know. The more practice you do, inshallah ta'ala, the more you have more knowledge of this course, you will able to know by looking at the ayah what kind of ma is that in that ayah. Okay, but ma also means what or whatever, and man means who or whoever. Okay, these 2 words also, there is some, okay, there is some Mausul. They also comes under the same category, is a Mausul, and they are also non-flexible. They don't have singular, dual, or plural version. Okay, you can choose them according to the context. Okay, so ma means what or whatever, and man means who or whoever. And these 2, ma and man, has been used many times in the Quran. Okay, like for example, man kana yuridu. Okay, oman kana akhiratu. Okay, so there's many examples like this. Okay, so what I'm trying to say that these 2 is also comes under the same category of Ism Mausul, and they are also proper and they are also non-flexible. Okay, they are also non-flexible. So in short, the Ism Mausul are the chart words Allazi, Allati, Allazani, Allatani, Allazina, and Allati. Okay, those 6 words. which is like a Muslim chart, right? And these two word ma and man. Ma and man. There are other ism mausul as well, but those are a bit advanced because they can be used in a different way. So I am not putting them in this basic course. Okay, I am avoiding them, leaving them for the advanced, inshallah ta'ala, if you want to pursue after this course, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, so for now, ma and man. And ma here means whatever. As I said, ma has other meanings, and we're going to deal with the other meanings also. Meaning, one of the important meaning of ma is no. Okay, no, no. Okay, so that no also is very important, and we're going to talk about it later, inshallah ta'ala. But for now, we just know ma and man. Okay, ma and man. Now we have some examples here. Just quickly, maybe we can ask brothers and sisters. You can unmute and answer me. Just tell me by looking at the word whether it's proper or common. Okay, what is the type? Is it proper or common? Azaban.
Common.
Common. Why?
Because it doesn't have al.
And it has tanween. And it has tanween, right? It has tanween. Okay. Okay. Annasa. Anyone else? Annasa.
Proper.
Proper because
Al.
al. Very good. Very good. Next one. Haza. Haza means this. 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 Proper or common?
Proper.
Proper. Which category of proper? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which one?
Pointer.
Pointers. Very good. Pointers. Number 4. Pointers. Okay. Number 5. Hua. Hua means he.
Proper.
Hua. Proper. Which category? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which one?
Pronoun.
Pronoun. Okay. Very good. Allazi. Obviously. Proper. Ism mausul. Right? Ism mausul. This is also proper. Al-ayati.
Proper.
Al.
Proper.
Proper. Because
Al.
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 Okay. Very good. Zakaria.
Proper.
Name.
Proper name. Very good. Ya Rabbu.
Proper.
Proper.
Proper because of the ya. Okay. Okay. Hudan.
Looks like common.
Looks like common. Yes, because of the tanween. Yeah, it is common. You're right. Okay. Although there's a alif maksura, but that's a weak letter, so it just makes it non-flexible. But the tanween at the end, it's is the tanween because of double fatha, so it is common. Hudan means guidance. Okay. We don't know which kind of guidance here, so this is common here. This is common. Okay. Bayyanatin.
Common.
Common.
Common, yes. There's atin at the end. Okay. Al furqanu.
Proper.
Proper because of al. Okay. I think that's it for today, inshallah ta'ala. And we came to 9 o'clock also. So inshallah, with this, we finish the 4 properties of the ism. Okay, so inshallah, we'll start a new chapter next week, okay, next Wednesday. But I will take some time this time to create an exercise. So it will be very similar to the other one that we did. But with that one, I'm going to ask you to find out the status, either rafa, nasab, or jar, or masculine or feminine, or singular, plural, or dual, human, non-human, okay, and whether it's a proper or common, okay. So that will be the exercise, and people who haven't done the exercise the last week, please do it. And even if you did it, do it one more time, especially the one that you have made mistakes, okay. It's gonna take more than 10 minutes, okay. It's a matter of 10 minutes, okay. And do it with a good intention, inshallah ta'ala, in this 10 days, and you'll get reward for that as well, inshallah. No doubt about it, inshallah. Okay, because you're learning the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah. Okay. So with this, jazakallah khairan, brothers and sisters. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.